There's this one question that pretty much everyone asks themselves at some point. What is my purpose? It's a huge one, right? It can feel like it defines your whole life. So today, we're going to explore one really interesting perspective on how to answer it. We're going to dig into this idea of spiritual awareness and what it actually means to find your true calling. Let's get right into it. I mean, that question, it just echoes through our lives, doesn't it? It gets right to the core of who we are, what we're searching for. But here's the fascinating part, at least according to the material we're looking at today. The answer isn't out there somewhere. Nope. It's already inside you. And that, right there, is the big challenge. See, the idea is that purpose isn't something you have to invent or, build from nothing. It's more like something you discover. It's already there, deep down, just waiting for you to uncover it. Okay, so how do we even start a quest like that? Well, our source frames it in a really cool way. It's not a problem you have to solve, but more of a journey of discovery. It's all about consciously, intentionally exploring who you really are at your core. And this is such a key point. This whole spiritual journey isn't a passive thing. You don't just sit around and wait for some lightning bolt of inspiration to strike you. No, it's a conscious process. You have to deliberately turn your attention inward and start figuring out what truly makes you, well, you. All right, so to really get a handle on this idea of an inner journey, our source material makes a really important distinction. It's actually key to this whole perspective. It's all about separating the idea of personal spirituality from organized religion. The core idea here is that being spiritually grounded is something much bigger than any one institution or a specific set of beliefs. It's not about the building you go to on a weekend or a particular list of rules you have to follow. And this comparison on the screen really lays it all out, right? On one side, you've got these external things we often connect with religion, the church building, the congregation, even putting on your Sunday clothes. But on the other side, spiritual awareness is presented as something totally internal. It's a state of being. You can find it anywhere, anytime. The whole focus is on finding that personal peace and making a direct connection for yourself. Okay, so if this is all an internal journey, where in the world do you start? Good question. Luckily, our source lays out a pretty practical path forward. It breaks it all down into a few clear, actionable steps anyone can take to find that inner peace. But first, let's just quickly nail down what we mean by spiritual here. In this context, it's all about your inner world, your thoughts, your beliefs. It's separate from your physical body or what's happening around you. And awareness, well, that's just the simple act of paying attention, of actually noticing what's there. So you put those two together, and spiritual awareness is basically the practice of consciously tuning in to that inner world of your own thoughts and beliefs. And here's the how-to part. The path really begins with simple things, like meditation or even just finding some quiet time for yourself. A really key step, though, is disconnecting from all the digital noise, Putting away the phone, shutting down the laptop. That's what creates the mental space you need to make that direct, personal connection. Okay, so let's say you've done that. You've cultivated this sense of inner peace. So what? What's the ultimate point? Where does this journey actually lead? Well, the next step is all about connecting that internal feeling to real, tangible action in the outside world. And this is where we get to the core answer from our source, the final destination of this whole inner journey. It's service. The fundamental reason we're here, from this perspective, is to help other people, to contribute to the well-being of mankind. It's this belief in something bigger than yourself that really fuels your drive. Our source makes a great comparison to a passionate business person, someone who pours their heart and soul into an idea they truly believe in. It's that same kind of deep conviction, but when it's pointed toward a purpose bigger than just you, that's what leads to real fulfillment. And the rewards for living this way? They're pretty profound. We're not talking about money or status here. We're talking about a deep sense of inner peace and harmony. It's about becoming a better person, having real self-respect, and finally reaching what our source calls a state of completion. This brings us to the final and maybe the most mind-blowing shift in perspective on this whole journey. It's about moving from a me focus to a we focus, but on a cosmic scale. I mean, this is a huge idea. It's suggesting that this path doesn't just connect you to other people, it connects you to everything. It basically reframes your entire existence as a part of the huge, sweeping story of the universe itself. So, the ultimate takeaway here is a really fundamental shift in how you see yourself. It's about going from seeing yourself as this isolated, separate person to understanding that you are a vital part of a massive, interconnected system. Your purpose, what you do, your very existence, it all matters in this bigger picture. And so, we're left with one last question to take with us. After you strip away all the outside noise and really look inward, what does your true self believe in? What's that core conviction that really drives you? Because answering that, according to this perspective, is where the real journey begins.